are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Thanks for joining me for another episode. Hey, do you know what a black-eyed Susan is? The flower, I mean. It's not like a, daisies have white petals with the black center. It's not like that. Yet black-eyed Susans are yellow petals, and they're not exactly like sunflowers. They're different than that. You've probably seen them. They're pretty common. And they're my absolute favorite flower. I love these flowers. Is there any flower that... what's my second favorite flower? This one's so far and above all the other flowers. For me, I love black-eyed Susans. They're I don't know how anyone could walk by them and not feel happiness. It's like pure happiness being beamed at you. And if you just pause to look at them, you'll feel it. They make you happy. It's just the best flower. Anyway, I really, really like this flower. And much as I love them, I have not figured out how to grow them. When I moved to this place 5 years ago, my mom gave me, she was at the nursery. They were selling a couple containers. She bought them for me because she knows I love them. And I planted them in the spot where it was like a prime time spot. They should do really well in this spot. They were away from where the dogs play, but they were where I would always see them. I would never forget about them, never neglect them. Everyone who came over would see them. It was like a prime time spot. And, oh my gosh, they barely survived. I mean, every year they try again, but it's barely living. In fact, I think Mom might have given me 3 containers, and I think only 2 lived. Maybe they don't like it. I don't know why they don't like it. All the other stuff around there does pretty well. Oh, I got some other pretty flowers there that they do well, but black-eyed Susans are a no-go. But I won't let anything else grow in their spot because I haven't given up hope on them. They are my favorite flower after all. So it's kind of embarrassing to have this half-dead plant growing right there in a primetime place. And I know a lot of other gardeners would just pull it out and put something else there. You let the yard tell you what it wants. It's clearly saying black-eyed Susans don't want to be here, but I still treasure them, even though they haven't lived up to their potential. And I know it's not my area because everyone else around here grows them, it seems effortlessly, really easy. They have giant bunches of them. Profuse blooms. And they aren't even trying. Even in town, the Office Max has a parking strip that's got beautiful black-eyed Susans blooming there. And they're growing like gangbusters at my mom's place. But at my place, it seems like they're not meant to be. Even though I water them, even though I fertilize them, they just don't thrive here. And for a long time, I felt disappointed by that. I felt I had some envy going on for people who could grow them without even trying, and kind of frustration when I saw them everywhere but at my house, because it seemed like something I should be able to do, but I never could. Did I mention to you that I have gone through Utah State's Master Gardener program? So I know some things. I grow lots of other things, but not my favorite flower. That hardly seems fair. Eventually, I realized I'm just going to have to enjoy them in other places because it was starting to ruin my joy for my favorite flower when I would feel like, I'd feel like that. When I'd see someone else growing them, I'd be like, they make it look so easy. It's not easy. And it was kind of spoiling my enjoyment of this flower. So I eventually realized I just got to love them in other places. And that's what I did. I stopped letting my own feelings of failure and disappointment and loss spoil my black-eyed Susan party. And instead, I just enjoyed them wherever I could. It was nice to find them in someone else's yard, even if they wouldn't grow in mine. In fact, you know what? They were doing so well in my mom's yard, it turned into a problem for her. They are self-seeding, apparently, supposedly, for some people. My mom's were doing so well, she was making my dad dig them up, to throw away. Okay, they didn't throw them away, though. They didn't throw it all away. They might have thrown some away, which would just break my heart to think about that. But he brought some up to me in buckets. He had buckets, and he just stacked them right on top of each other. Buckets on buckets. That's not how you treat a plant. And he dug it so shallow, there was hardly any root system there. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know how my mom let him do that. Oh, and she was like, I know, Jeanette. What? Like, we both knew what was being delivered to me. This couldn't even live. And, especially considering that even when it comes straight from the nursery with everything going for it, I still couldn't get them to live. So these for sure were not going to live, but no way am I throwing black-eyed Susans in the garbage. So I found places to put them. I just put them in places where it'll be fine if they don't live, but give them a chance. Because, I know black-eyed Susans, I can't grow them. I knew they weren't going to survive. I could barely even keep those other ones, halfway trying. So anyway, I put them in the ground, and I knew it didn't look promising for them. And I didn't overly tend them. Like, I didn't give them special water. I didn't fertilize them. I really didn't expect I didn't expect anything from them. I mostly just tried not to feel bad for them. So that was last year. And when we came out of winter into the spring, I could see where I had planted a few of them. Like, there were a few leaves there to show where they were just hanging on by a thread. And I would just kind of shake my head when I saw them. I just felt bad for them. And then we had one of our worst droughts. It was a really, really bad drought this year. They were just wilted most of June through August, just wilted. But I wasn't going to let this dismal experience ruin my joy for my favorite flower. So I just kept enjoying them wherever else I could. And I quit faulting myself for being such a failure at my favorite flower. And guess what happened? This fall, they bloomed like champions. I don't even know what's going on. Even the little ones from the nursery, they grew thick foliage. I don't mean to shout at you. They've got impressive blooms all over the yard. The bees approve. The bees found them. They love them too. We're all loving. This is one of my favorite treasures in the yard. And I was like, wow, how could that happen when they had so little going for them? And there were so few reasons to believe that they were going to live, let alone thrive. But as I thought about it, I thought, this is the same thing that happens in a lot of areas of my life. I'm chalking it up to the power of appreciation. The universe keeps giving me whatever I appreciate. It keeps doing that no matter what I'm loving up. And look, we know universe is giving us whatever we focus on, not just the stuff we like. But boy, I do love black-eyed Susans. And once I started loving them instead of being disappointed by my own. Once I set aside my own failure of growing them, and I just loved them in all the other places, in the neighbors' yards, in the city strips, in the pictures I would see online. In fact, I had so much fun when I was making notes for this post, knowing I got to go search for images online to post this. Oh, I knew that was going to be my favorite part. I got to go look at pictures of black-eyed Susans. Can you feel my love for them? Look, with all that love, which I have in droves, universe has to find a way to answer that vibration with more of the same. It had to answer my love for this flower with more to love. And it did it right here at my house. That might not seem like a big deal to you, but honestly, I had to wait a few minutes to record this because I cried. I could still cry all over again. I really like this flower. I really love that they're growing at my house. It's so cool. Seems silly, but I love them. Okay, here's why I'm telling you this story. This applies to everything. This is the secret to everything. When we can figure out how to love what we want, even when we don't have it, even when everyone else seems to have it so effortlessly, even when it seems like something we should have by now, even when we're staring at our own failures of it in the empty spot right under our nose, look, that vibrational switch from missing it and failing at it and mad about it and envious of it, switching that to the vibration of appreciation, enjoyment of it, that requires universe to get more to us. That goes for your money. It goes for your relationships, for your lovers, for your health, for whatever material desires you have, for your skills, for your creations, for your professional aspirations, for your body. It happens for all your dreams. There are no exceptions. When you appreciate instead of resent, when you enjoy instead of miss, when you can love instead of blame, good things have to come. It has to. It's how the system works. Even when they haven't grown for years, even when Dad dug them out too shallow, even when it's a record-breaking drought. That's the power of appreciating what you want right into your reality. There's probably something in there, too, about unconditional love. Like how to love it even when it isn't what you want fully yet. Find a way to love it. Like when I love my house, universe has to keep giving me more houses to love. When I love my dogs, universe delivers even more amazing canine companions. When I love the best walking trail ever, like I like to evaluate my trails. Like what do I love most about this trail? When I'm on our most favorite trail, I talk with other walkers about how this is the best trail. And guess what happens? Even better walking trails are revealed. Come on. How cool is it? Even when you think it can't get better than this, it does. It's what it keeps doing. Appreciating what we want, however we can get there, that's manifesting magic. We don't have to imagine it so, or speak it so, or think it so. We can just appreciate it so. Doesn't it make you want to go appreciate something today? I hope so. Thanks for listening, everyone. Happy manifesting.